Okay, so we left off in the previous video with an error that occurred here. We hovered our mouse cursor over the code that was running and found out that file name was empty. Now, sometimes when you run into problems like this, you need to just step back for a moment, set some breakpoints, and start trying to understand how the code is executing versus what you would expect for it to do. So in my case, I'm going to set breakpoints on lines of code that I believe should be setting the file name value to see if they're actually getting hit. And if they are, what order are they getting hit in, and what's their value once that line of code is hit. So I know that the problem doesn't originate here. This is the manifestation of the problem. So I'm going to look through my code for every place where the file name value is getting hit to set it to an empty string or to set it to any value. And so I'm going to just walk through my code here and just look at spots where file name gets set. I'll start there to make sure that we're even getting some successful value out of this, right? And then we'll get down here to where in bind edit we set it to the value of file name that should have already been set at that point. And I think that's all we can do for now. Those are the three places where we would expect file name to get set. So having done that, what I'm going to do is start debugging the application. Now I've already put the application into a state where it should be coming into edit mode. And so now I'm going to see that, and maybe this would be helpful to I'm going to shut down so that I get a brand new fresh emulator with new isolated storage. Okay, I'm going to create a new note, save it, go into edit mode, edit it. All right, so when I click edit, I hit my bind edit like I would expect to, and it has the file name at this point. So the first time in, when we hit bind edit, we're good. So let's keep running the application. We come up in edit mode. I'm going to type in the word cool and then hit the start button on my keyboard. All right, at this point we lose our debugging session. I'm going to start back at that point and we hit it again. Now this time we get an empty string. You know what's odd? It's empty. What does that mean? Where was this called from? Who's calling bind edit at the very beginning as we're getting straight in? Well, that would be in the loaded event. So let's look through the sequence of events here. First thing I'm doing is I'm getting bind edit. Oh, I think I see where the problem's at. It's a logic problem. I am setting the value of file name before I'm even retrieving the value of file name. Not only that, I was a little sloppy on where I put this code. I didn't check to see if it contained something called file name. State bag. So we'll start over on this. Put that there. All right, I'm gonna bet that we're gonna get better results this time. Let's make sure we hit that line of code. All right, let's run it one more time. Okay, now we're getting file name. I'm gonna keep running. Now file name's populated. All right, and if I were to save this note, it seems to work. Let's edit it one more time. Okay, we're still getting file name, that's good. And I'll just put some ellipsis after that, and then I'm going to hit the start button. And let's come back into our application. And we have our ellipsis. Let's save it. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's edit. All right. You know, I can't be 100% sure at this point with this little amount of testing, but we did isolate where the bug was. We were able to find it and correct it. So now I'm going to disable all my breakpoints. Okay, that's great. I feel good about that now. There are a few small things that I want to clean up with the application, not the least of which is all of this code. I would like to move it around and even put it within, you know, kind of organize it together where it, you know, the click events are together, and the phone application page loaded event is in the near the top where I would expect to see it. Put all these helper methods together near the bottom of the file. So I might spend some time off camera organizing the code, and then I'll show you what I did. There are some other things that strike out at me. Oh yeah, remember the file name oddity? We didn't expect to see as many commas in the file name as what we've gotten. So I may need to revisit how file names are created, especially for the location part.